You are the guardian of your castle. Go through your child's room, you find a gun, pick up the phone, call 911, and have the guns taken out of your house. If you don't, you are going to be burying your child. Now, what's going on in Philadelphia, I say, parents and the citizens of Philadelphia, stop relying on the police commissioner to solve your gun problems. Stop relying on the mayor to handle your gun problems. Just yesterday, a McDonald's on Torresdale Ave was robbed at gunpoint. We have to do something. Enough is enough, and you can't rely on city council, the mayor, and the commissioner. Parents, it is your responsibility. That is your child. That is your child. That is your house. It is your responsibility to stand up and check your children and check your rooms. What it was, not even 2 weeks ago, 40 rounds at a bus stop. Parents, you know what you have to do. Go in your children's rooms, tear it apart. These guns are not in the school locker. These guns are not hidden under a brick. They're in your houses. You are the guardian of your castle. Go through your child's room, you find a gun, pick up the phone, call 911, and have the guns taken out of your house. If you don't, you are going to be burying your child. In Philadelphia, it's really the city of Philadelphia.
Now, this is about my second time doing a video on this officer. I'm probably sure there's going to be many more. Again, he's relaying the exact same message that he was trying to convey in the very first video, but obviously, people could not see or understand the message. But let's go through the comment section to see what it is that people have stated on the first video, right? One person said they will never learn, they will never listen or learn. This officer is part of a very tiny percentage of the black community with any sense. Another person said, white, Hispanics, and other in the youth demographic are just as violent as black youths. Again, I'm not exactly sure what that has to do with the conversation when I, as a black man, am pointing out the fact of growing up as a young black man of the things that I was able to see, and I know what is specifically taking place in the black community. I ain't talking about any other community. The men of those communities need to stand up and say something about what's going on in their communities and speak out against it and fix those problems. That is not my job as a black man. Again, I don't know why people can't stay specifically on topic, or why people want to deflect and they want to point towards something else instead of sticking specifically to the topic of the conversation, which is black kids in the black community committing these crimes. Another person said, good message, but why he got that Looney Tune gun? Another person said, I really can't stand when we all get clumped in together. Say some parents are trash and their children are a reflection of that. Again, if you know that this message is not specifically for you, why get offended? Who specifically are you trying to defend? You're not going to tell me that you are separate from the parents that I'm referring to or talking about, but then you're going to lump yourself in the exact same box so that you can defend or have something to defend for no reason. It makes no sense. Like I kept telling people before, every battle is not a battle meant for you to fight. So why is it that you as a parent, knowing the fact that you are not a part of this demographic, you're trying to fight a battle that has nothing to do with you? Like I said, I need people to pay attention and to think logically and to stop getting emotional. This is how you get yourself caught up in situations that you don't need to be caught up in. This is how you get yourself involved in conversations that you don't even really need to even be a part of. This person stated, I sometimes wonder if when the camps were full in Germany, if there were people stating, quote, it's pretty bad how we're done, but man, we could be doing so much better. Just because we are starving doesn't mean we should act like hungry people and eat rats. Because this happens to a lot of us, and members of our own group do it to the group routinely. I don't really care what message a cop of any color has to say to the black community. He can tell us messages we don't want to hear, but who he won't tell what they don't want to hear is his department and his fellow officers when they attack us. Can we get a video like this towards his people, his actual people he swore an oath to? No, we won't. But you wish to tell us what he thinks we don't want to hear. I challenge any black person wishing to tell any uncomfortable message to the Black community to give one to the oppressor first? Or is that uncomfortable? The Kerner Commission already told us what the source of violence in the inner city is. You know, the craziest thing to literally see in a comment section is to know the fact that you have people that just want to write stuff without doing any research. For years, I've said a variety of messages, specifically speaking out against the government, cops, whoever, the system. And then you got this guy deciding that he really is sticking it to me, that he really is, getting to the very main point. And of course, seeming oh so ignorant because he never did any research. Because if he did, he would not have wrote a nice portion of the stuff that he decided to write. He would have actually went back and thought about it and then wrote something else, critiquing it in a whole different avenue. And yet, the main thing that I state to people is that those who can actually do something will. So I, as a platform, have spoken out against a great many deal of things. It doesn't matter what community it was. I still spoke, and especially when it dealt with the government. Also trying to inform people and tell people specifically about the government. But, those who can't or who don't want to create something in order to get out some type of information or to have their voice be heard when it deals with certain topics such as this, they'll just decide to be in the comment section wanting to heavily critique you, thinking that they're really pointing out something and really trying to make you think about something. There was nothing to think about in that whole thing that he really thought that he did. It's crazy. It's 100% crazy. But like I said before, a lot of people will deflect and decide to focus on something else versus what the main topic actually is. The main topic and the fact of the matter is that the parents have control over their kids. The parents are harboring a lot of these kids who are committing these crimes. Within the parents' homes, these weapons can be found. The cop is just simply telling you, like, yo, take control of your castle. Take control of your family. Take control of the home. Be the protector. Be the parent. But I guess that's such an outlandish message. It's such a nonsensical message that people don't want to pay attention to it. People would rather try to deflect and focus on something else that even they themselves aren't directly focusing on. The other most interesting thing about this is whenever I see people type this and they want to try to give a critique or a gotcha moment, I question who has your money? What bank do you use? What debit card do you use? Whose clothes are you specifically wearing? Whose car are you driving? Where was that car manufactured again? What does your driver's license state? Who owns that driver's license? Who produces that? Where did you get your birth certificate from again? Where did your social security, who issued both of those, papers? Who owns those papers? Right. So again, it's amazing to me whenever it is that people want to specifically act like they have a got you moment, but they're the real fools at the end of the day. Because no matter how much they want to quote unquote talk about this, that, and the third, it's like, yeah, you're right here in the exact same system with everybody else. So what are we doing? Oh, that's right. You're just leaving a comment that didn't do anything. Gotcha. Right. So then we got somebody that said that banana clip is crazy. Now, again, slang, this is just terminology that people in a sense use, but obviously gun enthusiasts take this oh so serious because the one thing that you're not going to do is you're not going to sit up there and call something a clip in front of them. They're going to find that you could talk about their mother, you could talk about their family, you could talk about their kids, you can maybe even possibly get away with talking about their dog. But the moment in time that you disrespect a gun, and you sit up there and call something that is called a magazine, you call it a clip. Oh my God, it's World War III. So throughout the comment section, you'll happen to see, continuously, roughly the same person deciding to be like, oh no, this is called a magazine. This is called a magazine, right? Not talking about the topic, didn't have nothing to say about the actual topic at hand. Only wanted to specifically go through and try to correct. Like I said, you got some people out here. It's so simple to really catch people. It's crazy. It is completely crazy, right? So then we got other comments like this. Not true. The same cycle don't repeat when you leave. 19 black families in Wickerson, Georgia started a town. Get your kids out of these cities. And I simply stated to that person, you're listing one instance. Now let's look across America and other black cities and see what happened. Again, like I said, it's right there. Brother Exile said, not just the police department. He said they love taking the blame away from them due to speaking truth. I just don't have any respect for them. It's like a bad relationship. And I get that. I get that part. No problem at all. But like I said before, even though he severely dislikes the police, he's like, yo, this dude is speaking some type of facts. You got people out here that just don't want to stay on any type of topic from the other comments that I showed you, right? Don't want to sit up there. They want to focus and all this and that and yada, yada, yada. Mind you, taken away from the fact that he is speaking the honest truth about something that black parents can do within their homes, within their own communities. But a lot of them refuse to actually do it because a lot of parents don't want to, be parents, right? Another person said, gun's not the way, but he got a big gun with a Bible, sell your garment and buy sword. Modern sword is a gun. Gun, not bad. It's how and why you use it determines if you turn that tool for good reason, right? Tippy said, he's not wrong. Put down the guns and use your fist. What happened to the guys fighting then became friends afterwards? How about not fighting each other? This is beyond insane. It is sad, right? Another person said he's preaching about kids and guns, all while having a big ass gun around his chest. Who's going to take this clown seriously? Prince said, and he's standing there with a 75-round clip and a bullpup assault rifle. F out of here. Right? And then you got the same people rolling through. It's called a magazine. It's called a magazine. It's not called a clip. Right? Then you have this person said, stop calling it a clip. It's called a magazine. A clip holds cartridges together to make them easier to load into the magazine. The officer in this video doesn't have an M1 Grand. When you call it a clip, you're reinforcing the black man with a gun thuggery stereotype. You call it a clip makes every legal black owner in this country, gun owner in this country, since you want to correct people, look bad. I said this, right? I said, didn't address the problem. Has a problem with terminology. Didn't speak on the stats. Make a whole issue about something most people don't care about. These are all facts. I wrote it within roughly the same time frame that he wrote that, right? Took him some time to finally get back and sit up there and respond. And he was like, no disrespect, but I'm going to give you a solution, sir. The solution is leave the cities and stop voting blue for no matter who. Those stats are primarily in Democratic cities, which was voted in by people who look like me. We vote those Democratic officials in, so we call our dealing with the actions. Wait, what are you even talking about? Who look like me? Who are you talking about? I don't know who you are. You're just an unknown face directly online, and you're trying to what demographic are you saying that you're a part of? I'm just trying to figure that out. And like I told people before, it don't matter if you vote blue or red. It don't matter who you vote for. The government does not care about you at the end of the day. I literally did a live stream going over that. But, like I said, people will, choose and whatever it is that they want to sit up there and pick. It's ridiculous. It's 1,000% ridiculous. 1,000% ridiculous. But like I said, it is what it is at the end of the day. People don't want to pay attention to what the main point of the video is. And here we are. This is why the black community is in the constraints that it is in at this moment in time. And a lot of the issues that black people face, they can actually fix these issues. But will a time ever come where the greater majority of the Black community will decide to just band together, push all of the petty BS to the side, stop the bickering and arguing and the fighting and all of this other type of stuff, and actually come together for the greater good of the community to build it up. Will that time ever happen?